Hello, everybody. We are back with GLEC 2024 Fall Playoffs. We are moving right into that next quarterfinal round. It is going to be Manchester versus Tiffin. I'm Finesse, and I'm here with Goomba. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. This is going to be a fairly close match, I feel. Tiffin has some pretty strong players, but Manchester, obviously, #1 seed. So we'll see how close this is. Or I guess we'll just see how it goes, yeah.
Yeah, I won't lie. I do expect Manchester to have a pretty comfortable victory here. You know, they're a very, very tough team to beat. A rather star-studded lineup, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
As far as this tournament
and even
goes.
after they lost one of their players from last year, it's still
he's lounging. He's comfortable. Look at Scrubbed Out. He's gonna be all right. He's gonna be okay.
They do still have Scrubbed Out, obviously one of the best Mii Sword Fighter players in the world.
Yeah.
So.
And what's crazy is that while that's true, he's arguably like their third best player.
Yeah, it's insane.
Duck 190 and him go back and forth. Pars is a really good Kazuya coming out of Indiana. So it's a very solid, very deep team. They have a lot of really good players.
Absolutely.
You know, because that's not even to mention Fleetwood, Augment, and someone whose name I'm forgetting right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're all able to hold their own and all easily able to take out any other player in the league,
exactly.
So.
It's like you finally beat Duck 190, you beat Scrubbed Out, and then you got to deal with the Min.
Yeah.
You know, and if you don't have the matchups, you don't have the experience, then it could just be cooked from there. It could be tough.
Yeah.
It could be tough. I'm excited to get into it, though. Do you know more about Tiffin's lineup than I do? Because I'm not too familiar with their.
Not too familiar either. I mean, this season I've kind of just stayed in the background, so not too familiar with any of the teams' lineup except for like mine and CSU. But
right. Okay. Yeah, I have yet to see Tiffin play at all. So hoping they can kind of surprise us. You know, there's a few really solid teams here that are low seeds. You know, Bethel, Bethel coming in as the 6th seed. So that's a very solid team to be that low.
Yeah, Bethel, I think last year, not last semester, but last year getting, I think, second or third
I think
place.
They won.
They might have won, yeah.
No,
the Manchester won.
Yeah.
But
Bethel
got second, upsetting BW and CSU, I think.
Yeah, I think that's right. They're a very solid team, and you know they're coming in as like arguably a top 3 team in this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, they dropped their regular season set to the team with Deli Boyd and the Ridley, the Donkey Kong. I don't remember the name of it, which school it is, but they wound up dropping those sets, and Concordia wound up taking the set off of that team. So Concordia wound up winning the tiebreaker with Bethel.
I mean, a lot of the teams here kind of just the seedings all done by head-to-heads. I mean, the records are all super similar.
They are, which is cool because in the past it's just been like very clear tiers.
Yeah, in the past it's always been like Manchester up top. Then it's been like it's always been Manchester up top for at least
Manchester up
year.
top and then whoever else. Well, because what's happened in the past is that it was Manchester up top and then like a clear line and then another team and then a clear line and then 2 teams then a clear line. But this year it's Manchester and then anything could happen.
Well, Manchester and CSU are kind of I would say go back and forth. I mean, CSU picked up Colin. He's one of the best younglings in the U.S.
I didn't know they had colonies actually. I actually did not know that.
Ruby obviously one of the best.
Very solid.
I think the best snake in Ohio.
Maybe. I'm not too familiar with Ohio snakes, but it looks like we're getting into it right away. Our first matchup here, it's going to be Pars versus Saber. Little Roy from Manchester.
So this is actually really bad for Roy. This is Roy's worst matchup by far. And we can see right here, Roy has to get close. I think that's where Kazuya does his best. So Roy having to get super close is just like
decent response there from Saber to tack on a little bit of extra damage, but in the end here, this is going to be one of those matchups where it comes down to consistency. Both these characters are super explosive, and if you can find your openings more consistently than the other, that's what's going to spell a W here, and generally Kazuya is the king of consistency when it comes to his combo openings.
Yeah, but I mean, Roy, he could still get some mean damage in. I mean, we see Pars in a few interactions taking 77%, but right there, first stock, Pars only taking that with like only 3 or 4 interactions. That's kind of just how this matchup's going to go on both sides.
Yeah, that's what you got to expect. You got to expect to be losing those stocks very quickly in very few interactions.
Yeah.
And now already off stage goes Saber. Pars with a big connection. Doesn't make it count though. Rage Drive on deck. That's an electric. Up B doesn't get it done though.
I mean, he still has Rage Drive. Not just having that extra move, but doing way more damage, and he's holding it for the entire stock.
Yeah, he's gonna hold on to that. No reason not to. Going to that ledge, maybe trying to get some cheese going. Jabs don't connect fully. Saber finds feet. Yeah, Saber finds his way back to the ledge. Up B's gonna connect. Trying to find any opening. One stock here would be big from him.
Ooh, not quite the Nair F smash.
Yeah, Nair F smash would have been big to take that. Now he's going to try and chase off stage. He could find some success there. Roy with a little bit more mobility off the ledge, but Still doesn't work out. Down tilts at ledge to keep Pars in the corner.
No more rage drive. That might be huge in this. Oh, right there, yeah. An SD from Pars.
Okay. Whatever floats your boat there, Pars.
I mean, you got to take what you can get in this matchup.
Right?
I mean, Roy's struggling to just kind of keep it going.
That's going to be it. Out of the platform,
right
Electric Up B gets it done for Pars in pretty comfortable fashion, but Saber gets away with the stock, gives his team a shot.
Absolutely. I mean, Roy's fall speed also makes that matchup abysmal.
Yeah, you're getting comboed to death every time. Not impossible, though. We've seen it done. We've seen Cola beat Riddles in,
absolutely.
I want to say CEO it was.
Well, multiple times CEO, Ludwig Invitational.
Oh, you beat him at the Ludwig, too?
Yeah.
Dang, I didn't know that. Go Cola. That's crazy. He's going to be the best Roy in the world at the Kazuya matchup, then. That is not something you see done very often. Not often, indeed. It's going to be Cheesy Pizza. I saw him on comms earlier. Cheesy Pizza from Tiffin sitting down. I don't think I've seen him play, actually, but I'm pretty sure he was commentating at GLEC last year, or last semester as well.
Maybe.
So. And the two of them settling down. It is going to be Pars yet again. Pars, just like a super solid starter, because Kazuya has some like bad matchups, but I think at this level of play, a lot of his bad matchups are kind of negated by the level of consistency he has with his follow-throughs and with his early stock taking. Because at a higher level, a lot of the times Kazuya's bad matchups look like really bad matchups for Kazuya because he can't get in. But at this level, eventually Kazuya's going to get in, and once he does, he's going to blow you up for it.
I mean, there's characters like Sonic who obviously just explode Kazuya. I mean, we've seen Wilds like completely switch off.
That's true.
In the Sonic matchup, and I play Sonic. I actually played that matchup a few days ago. It feels unplayable for Kazuya.
Yeah, because how can Kazuya ever touch you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right here,
right into it.
So this is actually not a bad matchup for Falco, I would say. It's definitely closer to even than the last one was.
Yeah, it's definitely better than Roy, but I still definitely wouldn't say it's a good matchup. Falco likes to get in and hit those combo starters, and a lot of the times Kazuya is just going through everything that Kazuya likes, or that Falco likes to do, those multi-hits, those up tilts. Kazuya's just going to do this right through him.
There.
And Falco does still get killed really early, just like Roy. F smash not going to do it, though.
GZBita does have to watch out going for like up tilts or down tilts on shield. I mean, that's just where Kazuya's just going to get a free electric from it, and 76% right there.
Yeah, this is a matchup that see very often coming out of Michigan, especially MSU, Dice, and Suspect play against each other all the time. And generally, Suspect does come out on top of that because this matchup, Falco just really does get blown up. Offstage is really tough. The two frames are really easy to come by for Kazuya, and so is this ledge pressure. It's very hard to get through as Falco.
And it doesn't help that a lot of Falco's combos are like kind of weight dependent in terms of when they kill. And I think Kazuya might fall outside some of those Pokemon windows.
Up B gets it done from Pars as Cheesy Pizza is looking for any opening he can find. Up tilt on the shield, gets it done. That's on a lot of extra damage as well. Risky with the up smash, doesn't work out, and Pars is gifted with a grab, but no follow through.
I mean, Cheesy Pizza has done good damage on this stock. He could definitely take it with this one without like Pars getting some extra credit. Really good spike, really good edge guard.
Well placed down there. Cheesy Pizza feeling himself a little bit. Saw the reaction coming through. I don't know what they're saying, but they got some chance coming through. They're doing some Stone Cold Steve Austin bit. What the hell? Pars coming in with the same level of aggression, not slowing down, but gets caught with an up tilt, and that could have been massive. But again, that landing up air is another thing that makes it really hard for Falco to find connections on Kazuya.
Yeah. I mean, it's still pretty close. I mean, Falco could obviously do it just as much damage, and right there, good spike. Ooh.
That is not where you want to be. Yeah, and that would have been a huge stock for Cheesy Pizza to take too, but he overextends a little bit, and Pars is able to trade the stock. Or not trade, just take it outright. Off stage, the S smash, a good idea, but yeah, it doesn't connect.
Do some good percent. Ferb stack right there. Oh, footstool. Okay.
All right, Pars is feeling himself right now.
Ooh. Oh, not quite.
Come on now. Cheesy Pizza would have loved for that to connect. A little bit of fromage coming through, but a nice grab. It's not going to be.
Oh, wow, that is it.
Some
questionable DI, yeah.
We actually, funny enough, in Michigan, we call that Dice DI, Dice the Falco. He does have some unfortunate DI from time to time, so maybe it runs true in Falco mains. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunate. Cheesy Pizza was moving though. He was playing super solid.
Yeah.
Had a good chance to close that out with only losing one stock, but Pars cleans it up again. Such a solid player, really hard to deal with. I mean, and these have looked close, but Pars is just really good at closing it out.
These have been really close. I mean, that game at least was extremely close. Cheesy Pizza doing some pretty good work, at least on that last, especially on that last stock.
Cheesy Pizza was that one down air away from taking it with 2 stocks remaining and only being down 1 stock, but instead, Tiffin's going to go down 4, I think.
Yeah, 4 stocks.
Unfortunate for Tiffin. So close yet so far away. And up next, it looks like we got that Sonic matchup that we were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Very good matchup against Kazuya.
No, Game & Watch.
Interesting. Also sounds like a very good
that's
matchup.
Pars. That's Pars hovering Game & Watch. Looks like.
Oh, okay. What a goober. What's he doing? Yeah, that's the thing about Sonic Kazuya is that at this level, it's not as dominant as it looks for Sonic at a high level, because eventually the Kazuya is going to get his hands on Sonic, you know, because players around this level are much further from perfect than they are at the top level. But when you see Sonics play against a Kazuya, it's like, oh, that is impossible. This Sonic is never getting touched. Kazuya is never getting an opening. But it's going to be Insin versus Kazuya. Some hard hitters coming up.
Part of that matchup is also just Kazuya's jump squat is obviously the only one that's more than 3 frames. He can't get out of anything that Sonic does. Electric also kind of has a bad hitbox against spin dash.
Jaws from Tiffin coming through. A player that I actually do remember. We Concordia played against them last semester at the GLEC playoffs. Jaws a pretty solid player, but kind of flowcharty a little bit. I would not be surprised if Pars sees through that pretty quickly.
Yeah, but
takes a really confident game.
But I mean, it may work in his favor. He only has 1 stock, but yeah, right there. Oh, the footstool.
Yeah, and that footstool was close to optimal. It wasn't even like a BM footstool. That's you go out there and hit it.
That, yeah. Jaws absolutely could have recovered from that.
Jaws avoiding
right here.
JV
Jaws doing some good damage. If he could take this one, that would be really good. But
this is a really tough place to make it back from his Insin.
Gates of Hell being one of the best throws in the game, especially on a character with such a bad recovery like Incineroar.
Yeah, such a linear recovery, right? Because Kazuya can just go out there and place a down air, place a nair right in the worst possible spot, make it near impossible for Incineroar to get back. And now Jaws is just looking to take any stock, avoid Pars running through the whole team.
80% already.
The Gates of Hell yet again. How do you make it back here? Is
Can't
Insin.
really do much. Oh, but that may have saved him. Now, something good that Incineroar does have in this matchup is that all of Kazuya's hits are super heavy. I mean, you get one revenge, and that could be like a 50. That could be like a 50% hit.
I mean, nasty. But at 154%, he could lose a stock at any moment. You got to take this stock off Pars at this point just to unlock more of Manchester's players, see what they have more, see what matchups they're looking for.
But yeah, right there.
Pars is not trying to let that happen.
I mean, Jaws has stage control, and that's pretty good to have against Kazuya. He needs to force the approaches because, yeah, right there, Kazuya has really good whiff punishing.
Yeah, very well-timed spot dodge. Not an easy move to spot dodge, but Pars gets it done. It takes a clean 3 stocks off of Jaws, and he's looking to take all 12 right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 1 left, but they do have 1 player, and it looks like they're sending in Fortune.
Coming into Fortune, the Mii Sword Fighter?
Yeah, recently transferred from Akron, I think.
Okay. That's a good pickup.
Yeah, it's a really good pickup. Fortune, obviously, again, one of the best Mii Sword fighters. Both these teams actually having 2 really good Mii Sword fighter players.
Such a rare character.
Such a rare character, too, yeah.
That's right. I would love to see Fortune take the stock and then get the scrubbed out Mii Sword fighter.
That would be really funny.
That's what I'm looking for.
I do think they play pretty different move sets. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I would have no idea, to be honest.
I want to say Scrubbed Out sometimes runs Shuriken. We were playing friendlies earlier, and he did run Shuriken.
Shuriken. Okay, we'll say it. We'll say he sometimes runs Shuriken. I'm confident with that. Let's get the controls back up here, and yeah, it is going to be Fortune, the Mii Sword Fighter, against Pars the Kazuya. This sounds like a pretty good matchup for Mii Sword Fighter.
Yeah, I mean, Mii Sword Fighter has
as good as Mii Sword Fighter matchups come.
That's true. But Mii Sword Fighter has that range, has some pretty decent projectiles too. I'm curious to see what the move set is.
We'll see as we get into it. Pars taking these stocks out. He's ready. Taunts are going to come out. We'll see what he starts with right away. The Chakrum's going to come out.
So something you got to keep in mind is that Kazuya does have a reflector, one of the best reflectors in the game at that. And I wonder if we see, especially with Gale, if Pars is going to start reflecting those, because that could lead into some really good combos for Pars.
Yeah, so far though, Pars just playing the distance game. Doesn't have a problem just throwing projectiles right back at him. They're going to cut through all the ones that Mii Sword Fighter has, and Pars is very confident in his timing, confident in his parries. Doesn't feel the need to try and aggressively run in, although Fortune is tacking up the damage right now. Yeah,
I mean, Chakram is a really good projectile. You could use it to kind of trap opponents, but right there, Fortune getting the shield out just in time. Electric pushing him back enough to where he feels safe releasing it though.
Upper puts on some big damage. The Nair and Chakram doing even more. F smash sending off stage. Fortune putting on some phenomenal pressure right now. The up BG's coming through.
Yeah, he's looking for it.
That's going to be, I believe, yeah, that's some better DI.
Just big enough, yeah.
Some better DI. Going to stay alive. Fortune, though, eats a down air. Still manages to survive. A nice reflector. Looking to see that come through earlier. Good air dodge through the tornado.
Insane
as Pars gets it done.
Really good back air, though. Fortune taking it. He did lose a stock, but, you know, that's a good start. I wonder if that'll be a good change of strategy for them.
Yeah, they've kind of, at this point, allowed themselves to see more of Manchester's players, you know. Fortune coming through, obviously very solid. And it does not appear that Manchester is going to be sending up the scrubbed out Ditto reasonably. Not totally familiar with the player they're sending up next. I'm trying to move out of the way so I can see
I'm trying to figure out. I don't see a name on the jersey either.
Yeah, we'll see who it is. We'll see who it is. Maybe being so far ahead, Manchester is trying not to show their hand, so to speak.
Sending in some of their maybe not their like main roster players.
Mm-hmm.
They have obviously 3 more people to work with. So
yeah, and I do think that's a very valuable strategy to be able to use in these crew battles. Not often do you have a lead so comfortable that you don't have to send your best. So I don't mind this idea from Manchester. It's going to be a Palutena the Drew.
Yeah.
He has the same name as me. What the nuts? Drew's coming through with the Palutena. Have not seen this Palutena out of Manchester, I won't lie. But if he's able to take 2 off of Fortune right here, then Manchester will have successfully avoided showing their hand and taken a very clean game.
Now, I've heard from some local Palu players back where I'm from that this match is actually like really good for Palu.
That makes sense, yeah.
Palu has pretty much every tool that she needs to work around the Sword Fighter. Pretty much all of his projectiles can be completely nullified.
Yeah, the projectiles can come through with the counter or just run through it, shield it.
Back air.
True.
Back air and dash attack do really good against projectiles.
Yeah, this is one of those matchups where I think, frankly, generally, Palutena is just going to kind of better character her way through Mii Sword Fighter.
Pretty much.
Typically, when there's this much of a tier gap, the worst character has to have some very specific tools to make the matchup look good. And this really just isn't one, but Fortune's kind of making do so far, putting a lot of damage onto Drew, looking to unlock a 3rd character out of Manchester.
Trying to get the first hit fair into up smash. I mean, trying to get any damage he can, or any kill confirm. Right there, that gives stage control to Fortune, but Drew taking it right back.
Nice back here to send off stage for Drew. If he can take this first stock, that'd be massive. Give Fortune a very tall task indeed. Grab to send off stage. Shield on the Mach Tornado. Very good stuff there from Drew. Down throw back here doesn't connect, but the pressure super solid. Waveland on platform to keep yourself in it. Nice explosive flame. Not going to take the stock though.
I mean, Palu's in this position where she could pretty much just play right here. Yeah.
Could have been a much
Not
bigger
quite sure what percent that down tilt back air works at, but that's a good start for Fortune. I mean, he's taking as many stocks as he can, trying to get as much data as he can.
Surprised to see that back air not coming through with a kill there. Nice reflect on Fortune to keep himself on stage, keep himself alive with his 2nd stock.
That is a weird quirk in this matchup because these Sword Fighter players rarely use the reflect.
Yeah,
so,
I don't see it too often.
So I mean that little thing that you could do to explosive flare, I mean that's really good.
Yeah, having so many players on this Manchester squad that the reflect is going to be useful against.
Yeah.
Makes sense to see it coming out here from Fortune. Putting on some great pressure onto this Palutena. Down throw up there. 2nd one doesn't connect. Weak fair coming through from Drew as he still has not been able to find this one.
Now Fortune at 171. I mean that could be. I mean that's one of the weaknesses of Palu. Palu, if you're not trying to play it right, can struggle to kill if you're not getting the proper grabs or kill confirms. Once Palu's outside that down tilt back air window, it can be annoying to get those kills.
And finally the back air, or the back throw rather, does get it done at like 180 across the stage. Whatever it takes, Drew getting it done. Putting on some pressure on the shield, on the platform. Fortune can't surge forward quite yet though, as Drew puts on a lot of damage.
Seems like Drew was trying to get a platform cancel or ledge cancel from that up B.
It's a very important movement tech coming through from Palutena, but the grab to send Fortune off stage. It's be big for Drew to just close it out, allow Manchester to not show their hand as much, but Fortune with another solid connection on the Mach Tornado. He does look poised to take this game. He's got all the momentum in his favor right now.
Yeah, Fortune kind of just camping in the corner with Gale. I mean, it's one of his best options. It puts the opponent in such a horrible position.
It really is, and he has now at this point, off of those down throws and off of those Gale tornadoes, successfully conditioned Drew to air dodge right away. So next time Fortune lands one of those Mach tornadoes or one of those down throws, I expect to see him just wait for an air dodge. playing that safe neutral right now. The forward air is going to connect, send Drew way off stage, 132%. Still just looking for that knock tornado. He has the setup, he has the read, he's ready to cash in on it.
Right
dash
there we saw the dash attack,
yeah,
going right through the chakra.
Drew playing from the distance. Fortune again, just trying to find this opening condition with the chakrams and look for a knock tornado, maybe get a 2-frame with it. Hasn't been able to find it quite yet though, but he's tagging on a lot of damage, 155. Nothing to scoff at. You're going to die with just about anything here, Drew. Forward air is still not going to do it though.
No, but pretty much any hit at this point is going to kill. I mean, back air, really strong back air. Even forward air we saw almost killed there.
Even a nair close to the edge could do it, but now Drew has Fortune in the corner, and with a lot of rage, you could
right
do
there,
it.
Forward air is going to kill, yeah.
Yeah, going to kill off the top, off of the subpar DI as Manchester takes a solid 7-0 over Tiffin.
No, Fortune on Tiffin. Still has one stock left.
Oh, he did have one. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, that's a good fair. The hard DI in at that point. The fair's only going to kill off the top, which is, a little unintuitive. So you can't really blame Drew for having not the best DI on that, as Fortune up next.
I mean, especially...
Not sure again.
Especially with how rare Mii Sword Fighter is. I mean, it can be kind of hard to remember how to DI each move, so...
Yeah, because there are certain moves that kind of unintuitively kill off the top, like a nice dash attack is going to kill off the top. But a lot of people see that move pretty often, so you generally know where it's going to send. And yeah, we're going to see Manchester coming through with Mitch, a very solid player that we didn't mention earlier.
Ken, another one of those super explosive characters. I mean, he has so many combos that could do 40, 50%.
Yeah, right.
And he also has combos that'll kill at like 65, 70%.
Yeah, taking 3 stocks off of Ken is
a scary task.
Feat. Yeah, because Ken could blow up a stock with any opening. Mitch looking to do just that right now.
There you go, 41%.
Cancels Natatsu's coming through from Mitch. Only tax on 41. Ken could do a lot more, but a nice parry as well. Threatening openings here so far from Mitch, as Fortune kind of runs away and looks to gather his footing anywhere he can.
Mitch having pretty much consistent approaches with forward forward air and then spot dodge, kind of just getting through whatever Scrubbed Out is putting out.
The damage getting put on.
Really good forward smash.
Chakraman to F smash. We saw that connect earlier for Fortune, not killing last time, but this time it's going to get it done. Frustrating setup to deal with against Mii Sword Fighter. You just get stuck in that chakra for so long, and the F smash comes through. Pretty solid move.
You pretty much have to like SDI out and just hope that they miss the F smash. I mean, we've seen Fortune miss that a few times this set or this game, this game.
Movement coming through from Mitch, trying to mix up above Fortune, who's just playing really solid today. He's all over these players from Manchester. As Mitch looking to get a stock in any way that he can. That would have been an interesting way to do it. The aerial up B doesn't get it done, and Fortune tacks on a lot of damage for him.
56% already. I mean, he's in a really bad position, especially for being such a grounded base character.
Turn Chakra, Mach Tornado, both coming out from Fortune. And that's the one thing about Ken in this matchup. Obviously very explosive, has 3 whole stocks to work with, but doesn't have the best approach options against Fortune's wall right now. Mitch just kind of trying to camp it out and play it super slow. He does have the time on his side, though.
It's really good up air. Fortune bringing it down to even stocks. I mean, again, it's still Ken. Ken can still explode you in 1 or 2 hits.
And a beautiful sequence from Fortune to surge forward there. Reflects the Hadouken and then gets two projectiles of his own. Nice down throw or knock tornado into an up air. Gonna seal that stock. And Fortune looking to bring Manchester all the way down to their last player, which would be a sight to see after the start that Manchester had. Distancing from afar, and a lot of damage getting tacked on to Mitch right now as he's slowly approaching that kill confirm window that Mii Sword Fighter has. He's got a few of those. The Nair's going to send off stage, and that's not where you want to be as Ken, but the reflector doesn't get it done. Mitch finds himself back on stage. Down throw, going to connect. Up air doesn't though. Mitch, focus attack, going to get himself back to stage safely.
I mean, that was just a big scramble right there. Up smash, almost killing. And if that had, any worse DI, that absolutely would have been it.
2 solid focus attacks from Mitch, and is going to get the confirm in the corner to get it done. Manchester not being forced down to their last player.
No, but Fortune obviously holding his own. I mean, that was he took down, what was that, 6, 7 stocks?
Yeah, he took a lot. I want to say, yeah, 7, I think. Got that first one off of pars and then just took out 2 players almost all by himself Fortune with a solid showing as the two teams are going to reconvene here. All right, right back at it here with game 2 of Tiffin versus Manchester. This time, Tiffin is going to come through starting Fortune, who took quite a few stocks on his own last time.
Yeah, and then Manchester starting Siegen, their Ryu player. Yes, they do have a second FGC character.
Right, a third.
Oh yeah, true, they have Pars, yeah.
All coming through, and Siegen kind of opting for more of a long-distance gameplay than what Mitch was running. Mitch was kind of just trying to play it slow and then approach when he has the chance. I've seen Siegen throw out a few more of those projectiles.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll probably see more Reflex. I mean, we see him using the move a lot. We see more Reflex from Fortune. Shakunetsu being one of Ryu's best approach options.
A few projectiles coming through yet again from Siegen as he's able to get up close. Moves Clank with Fortune's, though. As the connection comes through, Fortune can't find the biggest punish off of it. Shotgun returning. Tatsu doesn't connect, though.
Now, if that was a heavy Tatsu, that definitely would have been a really good conversion for Fortune.
Shotgun from the distance. Parry's coming through on the Mach Tornado and a big punish from Siegen. Tornado coming through yet again. Fortune looking to find any setup into a kill. Well-timed focus attack is going to keep Siegen alive, though. Playing very safe along these platforms. As Fortune up smash out of shield gets it done. We've seen that option come through a couple times. Hasn't taken a stock just yet. Comes through in a good time here, though, to take the stock off Siegen. With how dominant on the game Fortune had
big shield break
last time around, this would be big if Siegen could just take all 3 of Fortune's stocks outright. It would put Tiffin in a very bad spot.
Absolutely. I mean, seems like Siegen doing a really good job at that too. I mean, Siegen pretty much has constant control of the stage, being able to just use projectiles to keep me Sword Fighter out of there.
And kind of doing what Drew and Mitch could not, and that is consistently approach and find those connections onto Fortune. Reflector coming through, but Siegen still holding that pressure. Shield right up in his face. Mach Tornado is not going to get the connection as Siegen takes a lead here.
Fortune getting some good damage right there, though. I wonder if he's going to be able to clean this up. He's got to pretty much stay hit-free from Siegen right there, 40%.
And Fortune's been getting a little bit too aggressive from the corner, and that's really coming to bite him every single time he does it, as Siegen has just been playing that punish game very effectively. Gonna be a deep recovery. Ubby's not going to connect, though. That new Sword Fighter Cheese doesn't get it done. Big focus attack. How are these big connections connecting for Siegen? Approaching the corner yet again. That parry is such a potent option for Siegen. It keeps coming out. And usually, Fortune has been able to set up in the corner and be pretty comfortable, but Siegen is not allowing him to find any sort of solace in the corner as Shoryu gets right through that up B. Ooh, I thought that was going to be it on the Shoryu, but couldn't connect after the down tilts. Chakram still with pressure.
Forward throw putting Siegen in a really bad position. Was that a Chakram kill?
I did not just see me Sword Fighter Chakram get a kill. No way, but a back air coming through from Siegen. Right after losing the stock, Fortune does a decent job taking 2, but Siegen gets it done in a big way against Tiffin's best player.
Yeah.
And that's a big one. You can have someone that you didn't even need to use in game 1 come through and just take a solid 3 off the other team's best player. Manchester's found themselves in a really good spot. And again, they're just going to, I assume, moving into these next few games, just kind of dig into their bag of backup players, show off a little bit of depth here, as I assume they're going to look to take down Tiffin without using any of their primary players here.
Yeah. I mean, Tiffin, again, use that, as you said, in a pretty rough spot right now. Fortune, arguably their best player on their roster.
Yeah.
They do have some other really good players, but Fortune, the one that was able to take down Pars. Pars is probably going to be in that back line, just looks like going to be able to clean everything up.
Looks like Pars is just sitting all the way back, pretty comfortable. As I said earlier, I kind of assumed to see a bit of a Tiffin B team coming through, just clean it out. That's kind of what they like to do. I feel like they don't really send their best unless they really, really have to, and they typically don't. So looks like Tiffin's still getting the thoughts on. I saw Cheesy Pizza start to motion towards the setup a moment ago. Look at this guy right here. That's Cheesy Pizza. I saw him motioning a minute ago, but looks like he got called back by his team. Maybe they're trying to give more advice. Maybe they're thinking about who they're going to send out. Looks like they're not totally sure yet, though. Discussion still coming through.
Now, the issue with sending in Cheesy Pizza was the...
Falco.
Falco. Okay. So, I mean, there's not too many problems with sending Falco in right now.
I agree.
Pretty decent matchups with pretty much the entire Manchester team. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do they still have their min?
I'm not sure. I know they did last
so.
semester, but I haven't seen Fleetwood play yet this semester, so they could. I wouldn't doubt it.
That would be the only really bad matchup for Falco. I would think.
Yeah, Falco min off stage can be rough, but you know Falco has his ways to approach in the matchup.
But again, all of Tiffin's players are still, or all of Manchester's players are extremely explosive. You have 3 FGC characters all able to do 60+ damage in pretty much one interaction.
Yeah.
I see Jaws sitting down.
Yeah, Tiffin is going to respond with the Incineroar. It's going to be a hard-hitting matchup, Ken into Incin. A lot of early stocks being taken. I expect to see that at least.
I think this is significantly better setting Incin against Ryu than setting Incin against like Ken or even Kazuya. Ryu doesn't really have those moves to stun or keep Incin in really bad disadvantage, and then Incin could also get a really good revenge. Ryu's hits are extremely heavy.
Yeah, and I do expect to see Jaws coming through and taking a stock here, bringing them both down to a 3-player count. As Jaws has been very solid, he played decent against Pars, just wasn't able to close it out. And this is, Siejin's solid, but he's not Pars. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Jaws take one here. I don't expect Siejin to run away with it. Getting right into it. It's going to be on PS2. We got Siejin on the Ryu, and we have Jaws on the Incin. Siejin is going to be on the 1 stock as he did a pretty good job cleaning up Fortune, holding on to 1 stock against their best player.
Yeah.
Very good stuff. Going to be on that platform. Taunts coming out as Jaws gets ready here. I expect to see the revenge coming in on the projectile eventually. There it is.
Right there. I'm not sure how much that's going to do considering it's a multi-hit.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's not the strongest revenge, which is why Siejin is so comfortable throwing it out right now.
I mean, it's pretty much all you could do. I mean, it's one of the best spacing options. Incin being extremely slow can't really force approaches.
Right, really the only way you can do that is by getting a revenge strong enough to where you get scared. But now Siejin accidentally with the side B off stage, giving Jaws a pretty big opportunity.
But Jaws not able to get the down tilt. Now, he does have a pretty powerful revenge right now, but right there, losing it, getting put into hit stun.
So he hasn't even gotten a hit off in a full minute. Siejin with a 60-second 0 to death, just dominance at neutral as Jaws can't find an approach.
Yeah, I mean, that stock was pretty much entirely neutral. And Siejin able to just keep spacing. But right there, up air ladder, not going to do much. I mean, 40% is not bad.
Yeah, Jaws avoids the JV though. Put some damage on. I would expect to see Instant trying to get Ryu off stage in this matchup, see if he can get an early stock. Incineroar does pretty good if he can get his opponent off stage and jump himself out there, but gonna opt for the down throw fair on the platform. Side B tacks on even more damage.
Siejin in a pretty rough position. Not quite doing the revenge. I'm kind of surprised we didn't see it there.
Bring it out just there. We haven't really seen how strong of a revenge he gets off of that fireball. And I wouldn't be surprised if we never do, because Siejin is kind of opting for whenever Jaws gets that revenge, Siejin is just opting to play from a distance.
Absolutely.
And keep playing this projectile game as it's been so effective.
Right there. I mean, there's not much you could do in that situation. I'm pretty sure most characters heavy down tilt into side B is true at this percent. But right there, yeah, down tilt into true up B.
It's a good weight from Siejin there, as he's looking to take all 3 off of Jaws right now and take a total of 6 stocks back to back in this first game here, or second game rather.
Jaws kind of playing the same as he did the first 2 stocks. He's kind of just waiting out Shakunetsu.
Big connections here from Siejin, surging forward yet again. Focus attack, not going to do the trick. Back throw, not going to get it done just yet, as Siejin does have to find a way to get back to the stage, though. Jaws allows him to do just that. Tatsu, a lot of damage, 96% now on the Jaws. Projectiles coming through as Jaws still has not found an answer to that. Looking to take just 1 stock at this point. Down tilts on the shield. That was a big chance for Jaws.
Missing.
Ooh, up
right
smash
there,
not big enough, and a good parry
out
from
of
Siejin.
shield.
Got an up B out of shield, gets it done from Siejin. A very solid parry to make that possible, as Siejin takes a clean 6, still moving forward with 1 more stock into this next one.
Seems like they're sending in the Roy. That's an interesting I think that's pretty interesting because I don't feel like Roy does that great against at least Ryu, and especially not Kazuya. We know Pars is still there.
Yeah, I do think, though, Tiffin, just kind of with the nature of the way this matchup is working, Manchester just sent in not their strongest player, and he was able to take a calm 6 by himself, so I wouldn't be surprised if Tiffin was just kind of going out there seeing if anybody could get anything done, as they call Saber's number, to try and take this last one off of Sujin.
Now, Roy does have some good things in this matchup. He's got some multi-hits, so focus may not be as prevalent in this matchup as we've seen, especially against like Incineroar. But you could see Shaganetsu still doing a lot of work, but
yeah, and Roy with some strong multi-hits and some great speed and movement to be able to kind of bait out a focus attack.
Yeah.
And get a really strong punish off of it if CJ isn't careful about the way he uses it. As Saber looking to take the stock right here, the forward smash is definitely going to do it.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if Manchester decides just to send in Pars to finish this up.
Maybe I think I would be surprised. I think I expect Manchester to kind of send out some B team players.
Seems like they're pointing to Scrubbed Out. We can get the me sortie.
We'll see. I'm not sure.
No.
It's going to be, yeah, another new player coming through from Manchester, as they have an extremely deep team, so they're just kind of giving more of their background players a chance to shine. Yeah. That first dap was good. I don't know why they ran it back.
Coconut Milk, I'm not sure I know this player.
I think he's a pit player. That's my soul read.
That's really interesting.
I think I saw him last semester, and I think he
just picked up the Joy-Cons.
What a guy.
Is he?
You don't see it too often.
Is he playing single? No, because one of them is on the thing. Is he playing single Joy-Con?
No way. Wait. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
He has them both.
I see one of them on the table. I was like,
single Joy-Con would be a power move.
Single Joy-Con would be crazy. I mean, Joy-Cons is already insane.
Right. Looks like we're going to send it on to Small Battlefield up next. We'll see if my memory serves me well here. Yeah, it's going to be the pit coming through from Coconut Milk into Saber's Roy.
Now, regular pit actually does pretty good against Roy. You have those arrows to kind of mess up Roy's recovery, and a lot of multi-hits too that work really well in fast fallers.
Yeah, the pressure off stage really solid from Pit. I do imagine Pit having a really rough time getting out of a corner against Roy, as Saber's sword is going to be just as big and a hell of a lot stronger here than Pit's. So I expect it to be really rough if Coconut Milk does get stuck in the corner, but other than that, it's going to be decent for Pit as he's able to send Saber off stage right away.
Yeah, but we've seen recently, Pit's becoming a more relevant character in the meta.
Yeah.
Pit is super aggressive, but can also kind of just pace out.
Yeah, Pit definitely has a lot of options, both grounded and in the air. A nice set of combo strings and kill confirms. Far from a character that should be overlooked as much as he was for so long in Ultimate's meta. Exactly, kind of putting Pit back on the map as Coconut Milk finds a decent opening there with down tilt into an air. Off stage now as Saber is able to make it back.
Right there, I do think that is one thing Roy has in this matchup. Forward air, canceling forward air with auto cancel into like down smash or forward smash, not really going to work too much on Roy because he's able to land before Pit does.
Yeah, Roy's such a fast faller that going to disrupt things a little bit. Right. Saber's able to find an opening there off of Coconut Milk.
They with the interesting up B. Coconut Milk not going to get too much off of it though, just an up air.
Yeah, that could have been a big interaction there from Coconut Milk. As Saber continues to surge forward, if he can keep moving at this pace, he just might even up this game's stock count.
Really good Jer. Kind of just getting Coconut Milk off stage.
Yeah, off stage is where I expect, well, really both these characters to struggle quite a bit, but Pit's going to have a hard time making it back from the corner against Roy. He has such strong ledge pressure. That's a nice grab, though, from Coconut Milk to send off stage. Pressure coming through with the arrows.
The arrows kind of do work. I mean, Roy has to pretty much just avoid them. They can steal a jump, it'll steal your up B.
Yeah, and the steal on that jump is what got that stock done from Coconut Milk, as Saber was forced to fast fall under the second one and just wound up falling a little bit too far, but jab back air gets it done nonetheless.
We may see Saber only lose one stock. I mean, he's got a great start on this one already. 60%, and Coconut Milk is off stage. F smash.
And Saber is moving right now. The short hops back and forth, putting on a lot of pressure, covering a lot of space. Jab back air, gonna get it done. Yes, as Saber only loses one stock as he works his way through Coconut Milk. going to be only a 5-6 lead here for Manchester. After a very strong start with Siegen taking 6, Coconut Milk comes in. He can only muster 1. Saber still on the sticks against whoever Manchester sends next. And again, extremely deep roster. Wouldn't be surprised to see somebody totally new, someone that's not exactly a starter for them.
It seems like they're talking to Scrubbed Out.
Yeah, I think that's Coach Scrubbed Out right there, and that's why he's.
Oh, he's the coach.
That's why he's getting the talking in between. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he is the guy that calls most of the shots for the team. He's been around the longest, I think, so that would be a reasonable.
Would make
reasonable
sense.
decision.
Yeah.
Team captain at the very least, or something like that. Getting into it, they're just discussing who they want to send next. Thinking about matchups, maybe. Thinking about not sending their best players, giving them time to rest.
I mean, they're in an interesting situation. They do probably still have a few more of those like B-team players, but you know, they still also have Pars, who we know can absolutely wipe with Kazuya.
And it is going to be a new player.
Yeah, but it is an even stock, or pretty much even stock count. I mean, Tiffin only down by 1.
Correct. Tiffin only down 1 with Saber. A very solid player on the sticks right now. Coming up, it's going to be a new player from Manchester, at least new as far as this set goes. I haven't seen him yet today.
Yeah.
See what he's got. It's gonna be Grimbo from Manchester. Have not heard. Also, I just remembered, I think Manchester might have a 4th FGC. I think they have Augment the Terry on their team somewhere.
If they do have a Terry, that would be crazy.
I'm not totally sure if he's still on the team. I'm pretty sure he was last semester, but I guess I could be wrong. As it's going to be Grimbo sitting down on the sticks.
I recognize the name. I don't remember who Grimbo plays.
Me neither. I haven't a clue.
Why am I thinking like Plant?
Grimbo is a Piranha Plant player tag. It's going to be like Plant or Banjo or like K-Rool. That's who Grimbo plays. Could be like a Donkey Kong, you know.
Looking at it.
What do we got? I'm expecting a character in that round.
It is Plant. Okay. Oh, yeah.
No way.
It was Plant.
Good memory then.
Oh.
Serves you well. It's going to be Roy versus Plant. Grimbo versus Saber.
This is very interesting. I'm not quite sure. I mean, Plant at this point is just a matchup check.
More or less.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of characters do well against Plant. There are obviously some that don't do great, but I think with Roy, it's kind of just, does he know the matchup? Does he know what to do? Patui is going to be very disruptive, though.
Yeah, and Plant is one of those characters where it's just a check of, can you deal with Patui? And if the answer is yes, then you can probably beat Piranha Plant. That is really the character-defining move that Plant has. Look at that.
Right there, Patui leading into forward air. I mean, it's just super disruptive, keep you off stage, lead into so many things. Also does a lot of shield damage. I mean, that kind of just keeps you in control.
And Saber at the beginning was having a rough time dealing with the Grimbo, but now was able to get him off stage and kind of surge forward a little bit back there into a tech chase. Ooh. Good read on the roll in. Side B connects in a big way.
Now it's good. It's good to remember that Plant is heavy.
True, big guy.
He will survive for a while. I think even at this percent, like a jab back there may barely kill. Yeah.
Yeah, just barely got the job done. And had Saber not tacked on that extra jab right before that, I'm not sure it would have taken the stock either. As a landing back air from Grimbo gets it done. Sending Patui out there in the corner.
Patui is active the entire time it's out, even when it's completely still on the ground.
That activity on the move is going to take that stock for Grimbo as he looks to take a clean 2 stocks off of Saber here to go up 5-3 against Tiffin. It's working out pretty well so far. Patui trying to tech chase, can't get it done. F-tilt tax on damage. As Saber, stuck in the corner, tries to jump over the Poison Cloud, but Grimbo still catching him with the high Patui. It's been a consistent option for him, and Saber goes a little bit too low off stage.
Roy very susceptible to the fast falls.
Very susceptible indeed. Saw him lose a pretty similar stock against the Pit player earlier, against Coconut Milk, the Pit. And it's going to be Cheesy Pizza anchoring here, coming up against the Piranha Plant. Falco and the Piranha Plant, a very solid matchup for Falco. Has a lot of ways to deal with everything Piranha Plant has. Reflector on the Patui, combo food.
Reflector on Poison Cloud, too.
True.
I mean, that could do easy 80%, I think.
Yeah, if you can get a Reflector on the Poison Cloud and then get a grab somehow, that'd be massive. But Cheesy Pizza going to be coming in. Piranha Plant's very much combo food, has a pretty linear recovery, so a lot of options from Falco to keep Piranha Plant at bay, both in neutral and in disadvantage. But Grimbo is looking to clean this game up all by himself. Tiffin versus Manchester. Tiffin on potentially their last player of the set, should Cheesy Pizza not be able to clean this up. These guys are yelling. Cheesy Pizza trying to ice Grimbo. They're going to get it done, though. Finally getting into the match. Grimbo's getting amped up a little bit. Everybody's making noise. See Grimbo cheesing right now. Piranha Plant coming through.
Falco does have a lot of tools to work with in this matchup. Grimbo also
Grimbo?
icing, yeah.
Get off stage. Come on now. There we go. Gonna float down slowly after the up B. Waste a good 15 seconds, though. GRIMBO. Grimbo's coming through. Yeah, and there's the reflector from Cheesy Pizza. I expect to see a lot of that.
Frame 1 reflector, too. I mean, that's going to do a lot of work in this matchup.
It's going to be pretty tough for Grimbo to deal with.
Now, you do see Cheesy Pizza using it a decent amount in neutral.
True.
Oh, right there, we see 43% from one Poison Cloud is absurd.
That is nasty indeed. Ooh, the down B.
Not quite knowing what to do with the down B.
Yeah, it gets right through the F tilt.
It does have pretty strong armor. I think it's around like 30%.
Yeah, the armor's kind of ridiculous on that move. Could have been a double down air there. That's kind of what I expected to see. But Grimbo finds the landing, up smash to put on some damage. Back airs aren't going to connect as Cheesy Pizza trying to throw out these reflectors. Keep Grimbo at bay. He's doing so rather successfully right now. Has him off stage. Good chance here, but again, just kind of loses his feet once the down B comes out.
I think one of the best things to do in that situation is kind of just give Plant space. I mean, you can't really contest that move. It's got such good armor that no aerial is going to be able to beat it.
Yeah, you got to punish the end lag on it because it does have quite a bit of end lag. So if you can jump off stage and like down air him afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, you can hit if you do time it really well. I mean, you probably like a frame to do it. You can hit the head of Piranha Plant. Yeah, the extension of the hitbox. Some people down air the neck and spike him off stage. It's not a bad option to go for as Falco. You can get yourself up in the air super quickly, but you do also have to read exactly where they're going to release it, which is not super easy to do. And Falco has one of the more active down airs.
Ooh, tries to chase up top with an up air. Cheesy Pizza can't get it done as Grimbo finds his way back to stage. Misdirected up B, doesn't go punished, and a landing up air off platform gets it done.
You don't really see up air killed too often,
right?
Especially down here.
That's what I was thinking. Now 155%. Grimbo approaching max rage. This could be a cheesy stock take off the bottom here.
Very cheesy stock.
Stage spike, a cheesy stock for Cheesy Pizza. It's only fitting. It's only fitting as Piranha Plant finds his way back to the ledge. Tries to chomp from below. Manages to get a jab. Put the teeth on him. Cheesy Pizza looking for any opening. 170%.
There we go.
Drag down there into up smash. Eventually gets it done. Grimbo with the knock.
It's a pretty good conversion. I mean, he still can absolutely take the stock.
It's true. Definitely not over the reflect on the landing for Tui to put on quite a bit of damage. As we are just about tied up percentage-wise. First opening goes to Grimbo on this last stock. A jab off stage. Patui threatening, but the reflector.
Trying to get up tilt. Piranha Plant has some weird hurtbox shifting. Getting things like up tilt while Plant's grounded is not really going to be the easiest.
Oh my, a grab in the hit stun from Patui. Grimbo now with a plethora of kill options at his disposal. See if Cheesy can make it happen off stage. Chases low, doesn't connect. Second back air, can't get it done as Grimbo finds his way back to ledge. Ooh.
Really good back air, very well spaced, and that's going to be it. Manchester taking it 2-0. I mean, that was pretty good from Tiffin. I mean, Fortune able to take a decent amount of stocks in the first game, and then Saber bringing it even for the most part in the second game.
Yeah, not a bad showing from Tiffin as Manchester was kind of able to roll out their B team, but Tiffin kept it close, put up some really good stocks, and they were able to clean it up.
Manchester obviously showing that they are the #1 seed.
Yeah, for a reason.
Yeah.
Didn't even dig into their bag that much. They had Pars play early on in that first game, but other than that, their best players didn't come out. And I think I'm going to go get warmed up for my game, which is coming up.
I think I'm going to go check on my game, too.
Can I hear you, or should we reiterate? All right. Back at 4:30 for the next games. A lot of games coming up today. Still some very good Smash Bros. To be played, so do stay tuned.